So back out at the shop. It's been about a week. It's getting to be crunch time here. We're coming up on end of February, beginning of March here. Um, Racing season's going to be here soon, but what's coming sooner is a bike show that I'm actually going to put the bike in this year. The Mama Tried Bike Show that'll be at the Rave in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's like March 15th and 16th, I believe. So I've been working on doing stuff to the bike over the winter. Nothing major because I actually parked the bike with a healthy motor this year, as opposed to years previous where it was new cases, new cylinder head, pistons, whatever I torched out of it racing. So I've been redoing a lot of little things on the bike that just cosmetically I didn't really like how I did it the first time. We'll call them like race versions of what I had on there. Just small little things that I made. Maybe didn't look as nice as they could have, or I left like raw aluminum. So now I'm going back and kind of detailing everything out in black, making everything look a little cleaner. Taking some of the stuff I've made and lightening up things. And what I'm actually going to start working on today is there's probably, let's see, there's about 5 different things on the bike that I'm going to remove, kind of refine, polish up a little bit, and then I'm going to do them up in a low gloss black as opposed to the raw aluminum. And then I'm going through and redoing the entire fuel system. The fuel system on the bike has been on there probably going on 5 years. I've redone the fuel system no less than 3 times. I've taken long lines, moved them to places where I could shorten them and reroute things, just for all the different ways the bike's been changed. But it's time to get rid of the old school red and blue fittings and upgrade to line that'll actually be, it's light and flexible, and it'll hold up to if I ever decide to switch the sink to any kind of alcohol type fuel. So that's the plan for today. Is nothing major, but we're going to start redoing plumbing and just making things look good. So hopefully say I'm hoping for a good showing at the bike show. I'm not a big bike show guy, but this show has been mostly years past. A lot of choppers and custom builds, a lot of vintage stuff. And I had heard the guys that host the show, the Mama Tried show, do an interview, and they said that it's not that the show that they host is specifically for like a chopper style custom bike. It's for anything, a custom build, and they said that they just don't get any like import type bikes submitted for the show. And it is a submit. You got to be, you got to do an application and be accepted. So that's pretty cool. That I think the quality of bike that gets into this show is it's a pretty high quality type of build that they're looking for. So it makes me feel pretty good that they considered my bike, even though it might have been one of, not a whole lot of metric import type bikes submitted. But I think that crowd will dig the amount of race and innovation, fabrication type stuff that you can do to, say, a sport bike. That I don't think that crowd maybe it was never exposed to. They might not even know what type of racing I do with this bike, or what we do. So I'm pretty excited about that, and it's kind of a cool way to, winter's been long, and I think it'll be a cool way to kind of break in the new season, 2020, kick it off right. The bike is the best version of itself it's ever been. I've been really happy with it. Just the little things I've been doing over the winter. I've been waiting for the weather to get nice before race season. There'll be a little bit of a window there where we're not doing really any events yet, but the weather's gotten nice. So there's a few things I'm going to change in there where I don't have to fight with the weather and a cold shop and trying to get things done. But the bike is going to look good, I think. And if you're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin around that time for the Mama Tried show, stop by, come check the bike out, come talk to me. I'll tell you anything you want to know about it. I'm going to be hanging out there Friday. I think I'm going to unload the bike and put it in the show Friday morning. And then I'll be hanging out there most of the day Saturday. Sunday, I'm hoping, is the slower day, I guess, for people that really want to get up close to the bikes. So if anybody wants to come and really start poking around, I'll let you touch whatever you want. So for now, let's get busy and start doing some plumbing and make the thing look pretty. So I wasn't kidding when I said fuel system has been on here a while. Red and blue fittings, classic 1990s race car stuff. In my defense, the shop locally, that's all they had sold for the longest time. So now that I've got my new goodies, we're gonna do that all up in black. So one quick thing, there's 4 businesses that I prefer to do business with to get stuff for this bike. All of the fittings on this bike are all Fregola fittings, and it's just a high quality part. And I got all of this stuff this time from Motion Raceworks, these guys right here. It's mostly a car parts type of place, but I started out in cars, and I still am probably a bigger fan of watching cars race than watching motorcycles race, honestly. But they're just such good people, and they're fairly local Midwest guys. And I can't get, I don't have a Turbo LS car, so I'm not going to buy car parts from them. But to support them, I try to buy what I can from them, and it's going to mostly be plumbing. Plumbing's universal across, everything. But when I'm not buying fittings and stuff, I try to dance around a little bit with like I said, 4 places that I do business with. Number one, my guy, this bike would not be what it is without him, is David Ligori at Ligori Drag Racing. Anything you need motorcycle related, parts wise, or even just advice and tech, the guy's a genius. Give him a call. You'll have everything you need in a couple days, and he's right there to answer any questions you have. So David Ligori, Motion Raceworks, I try to send them business when I can. Monster Turbos, without him, Jay Stedman, I wouldn't be able to get this turbo kit done. I made some mistakes on the first go around with it, and he walked me through it. Didn't make me feel like an idiot, and the bike's faster than it's ever been. And that was a big thank you to him. So between David Ligori getting me hooked up with my fuel tech stuff to make the bike run, and Jay Stedman at Monster Turbos helping me actually make power with it, I don't know what I'd do without these people. And this is why I stay loyal to a lot of them. And then this is OSR Bikes out of Indiana, Shannon Clem. Just great people to do business with. They're good friends of ours. And another one, if I got questions on anything, they're right there. He just sent me a set of calipers actually for the front of the bike. I was replacing the gold calipers. I put up a post just looking for some parts, looking for black calipers. And he was the first guy to reply. Sent them out. I had them in a couple days. So just awesome people. But I just believe in doing business. I try to be fair. I want to support all these people, but I don't want to leave anybody out. So I kind of got to play this game where I can, who haven't I ordered stuff from in a while. And if I'm looking for a certain part, I'll go to whoever I haven't bought something from in a while. Sometimes I don't need to buy anything, but like I went to Motion this time for the fittings, just because I haven't bought anything from them for a while, and I thought it's good to stay in contact and keep relationships up with people that are helping you. So if you're watching this and I haven't ordered any parts from you, you're one of those 4. You're next on the list. So trust me, I'll be getting stuff from you, and we're gonna all do this together. So be good to those that are good to you. If you've ever had to put a external fuel system on a Turbo 1000, God bless your soul. You're just a special kind of patient person. So there's everything all plugged in and ready to go. Lines coming off the tank. Hard part about doing this bike is getting the lines the right length coming off of the bottom of the tank, because the tank's still hinged. But got that all figured out. Fuel regulator's back there. Feed line off the pump. Other side of the regulator to the or from the pump to the fuel rail. Fuel rail out. Regulator all this way, that way. Fuel regulator's up in there, tucked away. So let's check for leaks. So another cool feature on Fuel Tech is once the bike is on, I can just go into my main dash here, go into my auxiliary functions, and then try to get into the C. I can just scroll down here to fuel pump, select fuel pump, and then I can go over and test output. So I'm just going to turn the fuel pump on and run it, and we'll check for leaks. think I'm gonna call it good. So there was also some brackets I wanted to get repainted on the bike. They were just bare aluminum. When I made them, it was just kind of they'll do the job. They don't need to look fancy or nothing. But with this show coming up, I kind of wanted all the little stuff to look pretty cool. And it's about time I put a little bit of detail work into the bike and make it actually look kind of nice. I spent a lot of money on the thing recently, so why not make it look like it? So I did the front fender brackets that I made for lowering the fender and tipping it forward a little bit. These little guys here got painted. The brackets I made for mounting both hydraulic clutch and front brake reservoirs. These little guys here got painted. Finally did those up in black. And then the two brackets that mount the tire hugger, they were, just bare aluminum, kind of plain looking. Add a little hole to them, painted them. You'll see, it looks cool, so check it out. Sick. Painted those guys up real nice. Added a little hole, chamfered it. Pretty. So after a couple weeks off, that's all I got for now. I know this wasn't anything spectacular. I didn't even really show myself making the hoses so you guys could see how I do that. It's really, you didn't miss nothing. Just fighting with some AN fittings and measuring and cutting. So nothing special. Just getting things ready and cleaned up and looking nice for this show that's coming up. And then after the show, it'll be time to get busy and start testing. So hopefully you dig that, and there'll be more coming. I got a few more things coming up. Hopefully I'll get some good coverage of the show. It should be pretty cool. So check it out. See you later.